Hi, my name is Donna and welcome to my sewing journey. I've been asked about sewing zippers into bags, and so I'd like to go over all the different things you can do in sewing zippers and bags, and like all the different types of bags that you can make, and it's endless. There's a couple examples of little zipper bags that you can hang on to your keychain. They're just little zipper pouches. Here's a couple of zipper pouches that I made that have elastic on the back that go onto a notebook. And you can learn how to do those. Some basic flat bags that are like makeup pouches. Show you how to do other ones. These are similar. It's got the square bottom. This one's actually made of canvas and it's got fleece in it, so that meaning that batting is a little thicker, so it's a padded bag. And then look at this cute one, right? It's got a zipper that drops down in there, and then when you open it up inside, I have another type of zipper. There's a zipper pouch in here, and you can open that up, and it's got an inside pocket for that zipper pouch. So there's lots of different types of ways to add zippers to bags. One that drops that says recessed, or just a straight top. And then you have the one that's centered. They're all different ways. So with that said, there's all different kinds of zippers too. There's different sizes, and the most common size that I use, depending on the bag, is for like the smaller bags. I use a 3, and that's this is a 3, the 3 millimeter, so they call it a number 3. And the other size that I use for like larger bags, this is a 5, and again, that's the width. I use all different kinds, but those are the most common that I use. You can use the 8, which is even bigger. The smaller the number, the smaller the size of the zipper. That's the width of the teeth. There's different kinds. There's plastic, nylon, there's metal, there's coil. There's so many different types. But what I'm going to show you for bag making is just the basic coil. This is an 8-inch zipper that already has the stopper at the top and the both sides, so that you can't take that zipper off, the zipper pull off. It stays on there. When I make a bag, I'm gonna show you how to do that with one of these. There's also all these. I love these. These are zippers by the yard, and they just come in a spool. And this is this one's a number 5, and they separate. You separate them, and you put a zipper pull on them. And the little zipper pulls, they come with the different sizes. They come with the different types. And I have this one I pulled out because this one, this is nylon, but it looks like it's metal. It's kind of cool. And it's black with this gunmetal finish. And then it comes with these really cute little zipper pulls that are a little different. I love it. I think they're really cute. So there's different reasons to have those, but also, and this is a big box, but I have this big box of by the yard, all these different colors, and it comes with all these different colored zipper pulls, and you can make such creative bags with these because it can be an accent. You can separate them, have one side of the zipper one color, one side of the zipper the other. You can match the zipper to the zipper pull to the color or something totally different. Or you can just you can go on the internet, and there's so many types of zipper pulls that are fancy, and get, like, I have Mickey Mouse ones and all, like, little stars and all kinds of stuff that you can get for really fancy zipper pulls. One's got flowers. Anyway, all those. Another thing for bag making when it comes to the zippers is your sewing machine is going to have a presser foot just for sewing zippers in, and it does make it easier. You don't have to use it, but I found that it makes it easier. It also, if you don't, and you do have a 1/4-inch foot, you can use that just as easily. But I'm going to show you these presser feet. So this is a small selection of zipper feet, and you can see there's all different kinds. There's a couple of them that have just these three here. They all have a really thin presser foot. And then you got, this one is a one-sided. As you can see, there's an opening only on one side. And this one does have a channel. Some of them are going to have a channel that you can, if you want to get really tight to a zipper. These two are, they're smaller, but they don't have a channel. This is similar because it's a one-time foot, but it also has the little grooves that if you're doing a smaller zipper, you can, that means this part will run up over top of the zipper. And if you're doing a larger zipper like a 5, you're going to run it here against the side of it. And this is another type of zipper presser foot. So you have all different kinds. You should have one that looks something like one of these that came with your sewing machine. And if you don't, again, you can just use a 1/4 inch foot and you run it along the side of the zipper. But it's easier if you do have one of these, but it's not 100% necessary. Okay, another part of my bag making is that I like to use interfacing. You don't have to use interfacing, but I like to use interfacing. When I use interfacing, there's several different kinds that I use. I use a lightweight, I use a medium weight, and I use the fusible fleece, which adds a little bit of padding. And then if I'm making a basket or any other project that needs to kind of stand up on its own, then I use craft fuse. And I'm going to show all of those to you right now. So these are the lightweight that I use. There's 3 different kinds. 2 are just the same. They're the same, but just different colors, just white and black. Because sometimes the fabric is a darker fabric, and I just like to use the black for that. This one is more of a papery feel, and if you look at these, they're a little bit softer. They add structure, but they don't add a lot of bulk. They do help give it a little bit of more stability. This one does a little bit of structure and stability. And I like to use this one particularly for smaller, like small zipper bags. And see, this piece right here is probably the largest piece that I usually cut them, because I make the small little zipper pouches with that. And sometimes I'll use this for the zipper pouch inside of a little wallet. This is the medium, and it's got a little bit more structure, and I use this for probably 75% of the bags that I make, because I like to use this for all kinds of different zipper pouches, and I use it for the smaller totes. Because when I line totes, sometimes I will also use it for line totes. This is fusible fleece, and I use this when I'm making like eyeglass cases, or like I make a wine tote, and I like to use this and the wine tote so that it adds a little bit of padding. It's real thin, so it doesn't add too much bulk, but it gives it a little bit of padding. And sometimes when I make makeup cases or that style pouch, I'll add this to give the fabric a little softer feel. And the last thing that I use, this is the craft fuse. This is the stiffer. It's thin, but it does make it stiffer. So when you make a basket like this, see how it sits up on its own? This is what helps that fabric do that. And the fact that I also use canvas. But this is really nice for those kind of projects. Or if you want a bag to be able to sit up on its own, you can use this in place. It's more of a stabilizer than an interfacing. I also use interfacing occasionally for zipper tabs when the fabric's really thin, and this is a really thin, and this is the lightweight interfacing, just to give it a little bit more structure for the end of my zipper tab. And so the zipper tab, when I make a bag, I put the zipper tab on the end of my zipper, and that just, when I add the interfacing, it just makes it a little bit sturdier for the end of that zipper when I attach it to the bag. Okay, now that we learned a little bit about zippers, we can move on to our next project, a zipper bag. So we're going to make a cute little bag like this on our next video. So subscribe and follow me for more.